Hola, cage fighting connoisseurs. This is KidNativeBloodyElla.com, joined once again by the ineffable, the ineluctable, the inevitable Eugene S. Robinson, author of Fight Something, 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 Something. Eugene.
That's my comedy routine. You see me do that on Knuckle Up after seeing Joe Rogan? I said, I got it down. I got vaga. That's my comedy routine. You say it's set up, and then you say something at the end, and everybody fucking laughs. I got it.
That's how easy it is.
I'm gonna be on my way to being a millionaire now. I gotta fill in the rest of it somehow. Crybabies. Crybabies, bedwetters. Was that? Yeah, on my way. Funny guy said on my way back to being a millionaire. All right. Crybabies, bedwetters, greedy bread gobblers, work-shy individuals, malingerers, grumblers. This has less to do with your skills and talents as a fighter and much more to do with the marketing heft and weight that your overlords at Endeavor, embroiled in problems of their own today, put behind you, and the bald one too. So if you don't like being on the don't care list, it's not our fault. Fight an exciting fight, and we will move you. Until then, don't come crying to us, crybabies and bedwetters. It's happened before. Chris Collier Greens, Ally Quinta, Paul Felder, just to name a few.
Colby Covington.
Colby Crappington. Yes, that guy.
Yes, he has definitely made it into the care column. All right. So we've got UFC 217 coming up. This is the last, even close to a big pay-per-view for the rest of the year, from what I can tell. Headlined, of course, by Michael Bisping defending his middleweight title against the returning prodigal son, Jorge St-Pierre. So, first, exactly. Huh?
Sorry, man. Sorry, Mr. GSP. You get the who after 4 years. I think you're about to learn some very delightfully disgusting lessons, you know.
It may be time. It may be time. So first off, there's 3 fights on Fight Pass. Then there's 4 fights on Fox Sports 1. And then there's 5 fights live from Madison Square Garden Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern on pay-per-view. So we'll start with the 3 fights on Fight Pass. Bantamweight. Aiemann Zahabi versus
I would be remiss in not pointing out, even though he is not here, that for the first time ever, according to the statisticians who listen to Knuckle Up, for the first time ever, John Nash bested me on the pick rate from Saturday night.
It was just a matter of time. It was just a matter of time. His scientific approach, his hardworking blue-collar approach, Eugene.
I haven't told him yet. I'm going to let him stew, much like an older brother. Then I'll come in and say, yeah, you got lucky this time, kid.
You know, that's one thing I love about you. You're not petty. You're not petty.
Yeah. Okay.
Indeed, indeed. All right, so down to it. These are on Fight Pass. Bantamweight, Aiemann Zahabi versus Ricardo Ramos.
Almost because Zahabi, but not quite. And hey, are we gonna do the money thing or not?
Yeah, when it comes time to the pay-per-view.
Okay. All right. Yep. All right. Good.
So, light heavyweight. Corey Anderson versus, I can't believe he was headlining a card just 6 weeks ago, Ovince St. Preux, and here he is on Fight Pass.
Corey Anderson and Ovince St. Preux. That's because they want to get you in. Based on how much I think they've been pushing Fight Pass, I think they're trying to lard Fight Pass with a reason to live, and I'm not sure this is going to do it, really. I mean, it doesn't okay, yes, I do care about this fight, but enough to get Fight Pass back? Sorry, no. No, I cancel Fight Pass because it's like at one point I threatened to burn a guy's business down, right?
Of course you did. Was it a banana stand, perchance?
No, it wasn't a banana stand. And as luck would have it, I was standing in front of. He wouldn't let me into his business. I was standing outside the metal gate, and I went to my car and got the gas can and started splashing gas around the. It's a long time ago. Statute of limitations. Don't worry about it. Splashing gas, and I said, "You open the gate." I'll make it open the gate. And then the guy finally opened the gate, and he said something to me that I'll never forget. He goes, I can't do business with people like you. So he paid me off because it was about payment. He paid me off and let me go on my way. And I said to him, I go, we're not doing business if I'm not getting paid. If you're not paying me, it's not business. You have stolen from me.
This is someone that owed you money.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't like trying to patronize his.
Yeah. No, it wasn't like I was extorting money from him. It was a really clever thing. He goes, Eugene, please give me some Oxbow records, please. I go, no, man, you never pay. He'd say, Lucy Van pelted me. Please, this time I will on the 30th day. Next month, this day, you'll have your money. And I was like, all right, bro, okay. And I gave him the records, and I know he sold them because I tracked it. And then I call him on Monday. I go, hey, Mike.
So is this like 10 Oxbow records?
Like a box.
It was a box, and that is how many?
25.
25. So we're talking
25 times 5.
So we're talking $125. So you're committing felony arson over $125.
It is a principle of hey, what are the penalties for felony arson?
Felony arson, hundreds of years, dozens of years.
He says hundreds of years. I don't say that's right.
Dozens of years.
Nobody was killed. Yeah, he scoffs. Yeah, there you go.
Maximum sentence of 25 years to life.
He says the maximum sentence is 25 years to life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He goes, if you're a tortoise, it's a drop in the bucket. All right. Anyway, there was some point behind that. I don't remember what it was. Oh, it has to do with Fight Pass. It has to do with Fight Pass. We're not doing business, I don't have Fight Pass if I don't have Fight Pass. I'm just giving you money. So
I see. So
if I pay for Fight Pass and I get no Fight Pass, I do not have Fight Pass.
I see. So if they don't come through, you're going to set your computer on fire. That's the message to Artie Manuel.
Who is it? Eudora Welty. She wrote that story. Barn Burners. I think that's much like Alabama Anger. That's my solution to a lot.
I see. Well, let me know how setting your computer on fire works for teaching Google et al. A lesson. So,
okay. So yes, I care. Do you have a pick?
I care, and I gotta go with OSP.
Me too. I don't think he's any place significant, but no. He's more significant places than Corey.
I think he has a shot to knock Corey the fuck out. I think Corey has a shot to lay and pray him, but I think OSP has the power to do something. All right,
if he wakes up, usually what happens is OSP is like, oh shit, I'm in a fight. Oh, man, it was a hell of a dream.
He's like, that defensive tackle's really coming on strong. Maybe I should hit him back.
Right. Yeah, like a boxing friend of mine opined and knuckle up. He's like, why don't you just leave steroids out of fighting and let American football fucking take all the steroids, because those guys are just standing around the field looking good anyway. I was like, that's a British guy's take on American football. I love that, standing around looking good.
Those Brits, what do they know about football? All right, heavyweight. Oleinik versus Curtis Blaydes. I love the name Curtis Blaydes, but
yeah, because we've got this before. Because I say Blaydes because I'm talking about the salsa guy, and he has been equally. So if you were to tell me that if you were to tell me that Corey Anderson decided to double his money by creating a persona, Curtis Blaydes, I would believe you.
That made no sense to me.
Well, it's kind of like if somebody said to you, there's really not a Rampage and Eugene Robinson. There's one guy who's disguising himself as both Rampage and Eugene Robinson, right?
I see. I can tell the two of you apart, Eugene.
Yeah, well, one is rich.
I don't know how rich that Rampage is.
One is richer than the other. That is.
He told me you were rich, and he was in the poorhouse. But
he didn't say that. He did say that. So anyway, all right. So we got Curtis Blaydes and Oleinik. I like this guy. I like Oleinik over Curtis Blaydes.
Yeah, Blaydes is one of those dangerous reefer heads, so we can't have that. But Oleinik is 40. So
hey,
I'm 48, Jack. I can talk about these young pups.
What? You're 48. Jesus
I know.
Christ.
I know, man.
You might want to think about updating that Kid Nate thing.
Hey, I'm stuck with it at this point. I'm stuck with it.
Yeah.
So
I know you tried. There was a valiant attempt to King Nate.
Yeah, that was a brief delusion of grandeur, but it passed.
That was sad.
I got the meds.
That was sad. Yeah.
I got the meds reset.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I care because of Blaydes, but I'm actually picking against him. So
all right.
Yeah. All right. Now we're moving on to Fox Sports 1, and I know you're going to be excited about this next one. Welterweight Randy Brown versus Mickey Gall, the Punk Smasher.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I am excited. I care. Because I love to see what guys do. I mean, the whole knuckle up that I just did was an extended riff on access to greatness, and that's why we resonated so well with the Rocky movie, where it was like the clouds part, and suddenly you're having a one-to-one relationship with greatness, and how do you respond? I mean, for Rocky, it was like I was carried out of my fucking shield. I didn't fold. I didn't let all societal pressures. Rocky Balboa. I let all societal pressures that would dictate that I'm a lesser than get to me. I fought a valiant fight. I got taken out, but I fought a valiant fight. So it's the same. It's the same kind of thing.
I see. But that would be relevant to CM Punk because Mickey Gall just
I think Mickey Gall I think Gall was just like had the clouds parted, and he happened to be the right guy at the right time. And if you've read that book by Tadeusz Konwicki called The Minor Apocalypse, my kid is reading it now, but it's a great book where they give him a gas can and a book of matches, and they said when they have an international convocation in Warsaw, you're going to set yourself aflame. And they go, well, why me? And he goes, well, a lesser known personality, the death would overshadow. With a greater personality, who he was would overshadow how he died. So you were the perfect mediocre person here. You were the perfect mediocre person here. So the whole book, he walks around with the gas can and the pack of matches, and much like a long, slow screw, which I wrote kind of with this book in mind, if somebody tears out the last page, you have no idea what happened. And at this point in time, I don't remember what happened.
I see. Doesn't even remember what happened in his own book.
Yeah.
Which he admits.
No. I remember what happened in my book, you dumbass. I don't remember what happened in Tadeusz Konwicki's book.
So you just let the plagiarism charge just slide by.
It was inspired by, not stolen.
Inspired by.
If somebody steals the last page of a long, slow screw, you have no idea what happens.
I see. Much like North Dallas 40, which I bet you haven't read.
I haven't read that. I remember the movie.
The book is even better. And except it has this weirdly dark ending that used to ruin the book for me, but now that I know more about life,
yes,
and how evil Texas is, and now it all makes perfect sense. So
this was a stock and trade in the 70s, and that's what people didn't understand with the long, slow screw. Even my mother was disappointed with the ending. She's like, I was like, Ma, this is, anyway.
Your mother was disappointed. Your mother again, but we don't have to get into that. So I'm picking Mickey Gall because he's undefeated. I think he's hot stuff. Randy Brown is kind of a waste of time for Mickey Gall because Mickey is meant for bigger things, like beating Sage Northcutt and CM Punk back to back. So
I'm gonna pick Mickey Gall as well because I think that they think that he has got something. Admittedly, what happened when the clouds parted and greatness was staring him in the face, I mean, he could have jackassed his way. I mean, remember, winning is not always winning. Colby Crappington won, but you got, I mean, Laborio's left ATT, half the Brazilian guys on the team.
ATT before that.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
People are talking about Colby Covington. You got to admit.
Yeah, they're calling him Colby Crappington. That's what they're doing.
Well, people pay to see guys like that get punched in the face. I know. I'm looking forward to it.
Now, somebody said he's like Chael Sonnen, but with a lobotomy.
It was but Sonnen's racist remarks about Brazil were not especially clever.
I have a Brazilian standing in front of me. Let's try this.
The difference was Chael knew to talk nice while in the cage in Brazil.
That's true. Hey, you're a filthy animal. He doesn't seem especially bothered.
Yeah, maybe try it in Portuguese.
How do you say you're a filthy animal in Portuguese? He's working on his comedy routine. Did you hear his answer?
I did not.
I said, how do you say filthy animal in Portuguese? He goes, Eugene.
Was that Sorrel?
That's Sorrel. Yeah.
Yeah, the one and only. The one and only. All right. So, moving on. Light heavyweight. Michael Oleksiejczuk, sorry, versus Ion Cutelaba.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
We've got some Romanian versus Russian action here, I believe.
Yeah, and we've almost cared enough about both these guys, but I'm going to be a little bit of a prick here and just say, it's not enough. If I got to take a piss, this is the fight I'm taking a piss on. So
I say I care about Ion because he's kind of fallen short. I mean, he didn't live up to the hype, but he does bring some fun fights. Oh, and it's Poland versus Romania. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, I've been burned the last few times voting for the whole team, for home team. How did you like that argument I got into with the wife on Knuckle Up?
It was pretty classic.
On air, it was going to turn into one of those Bukowski things. Like I was going to say, do I walk in the middle of your recording session and ask you shit? Are you crazy? But I had to sleep that night, so I didn't do that.
I see. Well, so you're not going to care. That means you don't have a pick. That means I don't have to pick. But well, then I won't pick. Why take chances?
Yeah, correct.
All right, now we get.
The thing is, honestly, if you can tell me that Cutelaba has done anything that you gave a shit about, then make a pick. But realistically, no. This has not.
He was on the verge of making me care because he'd been hyped up so much when he fought Jared Cannonier or whatever, and then lost that one. And it was also Misha Serkinov that he lost to.
Yeah.
So
I'm happy blanking on this one. All right.
Yeah. All right. So now we've got heavyweight Walt Harris versus Mark Godbeer.
Jesus Christ.
This is the fight that was like the guy almost got a shot at Fabricio Verdum, but now he didn't.
No, I mean, it's like you have just said the same thing like 3 times in a row, right? You said Corey Anderson, you said Walt Harris. Look, the guy's paying off his debt and he knows I got to drop weight for this fight on Saturday. What a day to fucking pay it off, you prick. People
love you everywhere you go.
That's how they love me. Thank you, sir. It'll be great on Sunday when I get to eat it. So
it's chock full of preservatives. It'll be just as fresh as it is now.
Yeah, exactly.
So, do you care about Walt Harris versus Mark Godbeer?
But do you understand what I'm saying?
No, brass tacks. Do you care? Don't care.
Blaydes, Corey Anderson, Walt Harris, Godbeer.
It's sailing over my head.
All right. You know what, man? Because I care. I'm a heavyweight fucking rube. A mark for heavyweights. I keep expecting that beast slouching toward Jerusalem to come from the foam, and that's gonna be like a new heavyweight champion guy with possibilities. Of course, it won't be Walt Harris or Mark Godbeer, but whatever.
I'm gonna give this a don't care. I mean, I'm all
right. I'm easily swayed. How do you like
that? You are. Yeah, you're just ducking because you don't want to make a pick if I don't have to.
Well, the thing is, what I said about Cutelaba is exactly what I could say about Harris and Goldbeer. If I'm in the bathroom and somebody says, "Yo, Harris, hey, Godbeer are fighting," am I going to try to cut it off midstream and rush back?
No, you're probably going to check out the scented candles in your host's bathroom.
Yeah, right before I head to the medicine cabinet. Some guy says, "Hey, man, I got some painkillers." I go, "Give them to me." He goes, "Well, they're in the medicine cabinet." I go, "All right." So I go into his bathroom, and he goes, I go, "Where?" He goes, "Top shelf." So I open the medicine cabinet, and clearly his wife has set up the medicine cabinet to trick medicine cabinet peekers because all his shit falls out. And she comes running in. I said, "Hey, he told me." She's like, "Huh." Okay.
Yeah. So my wife's always thrilled when I'm sharing painkillers with people because that's a crime.
Is it?
See this?
He just see this? All he told me was that they were there. He didn't actually say take them. He left that up to me.
That's called a honeypot, Eugene, and you might be lured in. Do you see my hat? Can you read my hat?
I can't really read it. I see a star and a 5-point star.
It says Travis County District Attorney.
Yeah. Oh, now I can see it. Now it came into focus. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, this is my new road rage argument stopper.
That would not stop me from punching you in the face.
Well, but you'll go to jail.
Okay, that's all right. And then people in jail would say, "You dumbass, didn't you see the hat?" Like,
yeah, but see, if you get close enough to punch me in the face, then obviously my pepper spray and truncheon have already failed.
Isn't that illegal? The truncheon, isn't that illegal there?
I don't have a truncheon. It's not a truncheon. It's definitely not retractable or weighted at the end, and it will not break your fucking forearm if you get within range. So.
All right, so we both have don't cares for this.
Yeah, all right. And now moving right along to lightweight, James Vick versus Joseph. He beat Conor McGregor, Duffy.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you why.
It's Vick, isn't it?
No, it's Duffy.
It's Duffy.
Yeah, because I think that if you had an MMA fantasy league, you can't discount the win over McNuggets meaning something. For future storylines. If you're moving your little MMA tiles around your board, it fucking means something. It means having to meet. You can see it right now. Having to meet the man who once beat him to avenge a loss. That would be the case if he didn't have $135 million in the bank. But I liked it. They didn't they do an interview with him yesterday or a couple of days ago where they asked him what it's like to now suddenly have $135 million. He's like, it's unreal. Thank you. Next up, somebody explains to me what water is like. Wet.
That can be a hard one. Yeah, Duffy, I think that they fucked up by putting him in against Dustin Poirier pretty early in his UFC career, and that kind of stalled his momentum. But I think he can beat the kid from Mineral Wells, Texas. Shout out to one of my favorite little ghost towns. I care, and I'm picking Duffy.
Yeah, me too. So,
all right, now we move on to the pay-per-view card.
You have to learn. You have to recognize a setup when there is a setup. So,
I wouldn't say it was a setup. I think Vick. Don't. No,
he's gonna. I'm not gonna. He's gonna earn his way in. But keep in mind, if you think that if your MMA fantasy league has you ignoring the fact that he beat McNuggets, you're making a grievous error. I
see. Fair enough. And if you're ever in Mineral Wells, it has an incredible 30-story haunted hotel. That I wouldn't advise you to break in and look around, but if you do, it's quite the hoot.
As far as I'm concerned, any 30-story building is haunted. If I can't jump from the window to get out of it, it's haunted. A 3-story building is haunted as far as I'm concerned.
I see. That's an interesting take on gravity. I'm glad you're aware of it. All right, so pay-per-view time. Get out your pencil and your calculator, Eugene, because we're doing this where it adds up to what we think it's worth, not where we have to pay the full.
When my father had one bit of advice before he disowned me, and it was learn how to type. Right, and everybody laughs. Yeah, everybody laughs now because it's a computerized world. But back then, it was like, what? Because I could be a secretary? Get the fuck out of here. So I would sit freshman year at my typewriter in my room, and because I had a typewriter, trying to write my papers, it'd be like tap, hit tab, and my roommate would go, get out of there! I'll type it for you. He couldn't take it. Right.
I see. You're like the last of that generation that couldn't type. Dudes that can't type.
I can type now. So somebody who listens to Knuckle Up was watching me trying to do the math on the John Nash figures versus. Okay, wait. He got 5 and I got 4. Wait, hold it. I'm 1 down and I got. The guy just went nuts. He couldn't take it. He goes, okay, look, I can't take it anymore. This is what happened, and he broke it down mathematically. Do you understand that? I was like, yeah. No.
How about I can just copy your work?
Yeah, exactly. That was exactly. I got to the end and he gave me the answer. I was like, perfect. I got it. So.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So first, this is the opener of the pay-per-view, middleweight. Johnny Hendricks versus Paulo Borrachinha.
Fuck yes, care.
Yes, care. But first off, is Hendricks even going to make the fight?
Because of the weight thing.
Yeah, and all the just general fuck-ups.
Yeah, I say he makes it.
Okay. All right. Does he make weight?
I think he makes weight, too.
Wow. I think he doesn't make weight. I do think the fight's
but you do realize that this is it, right?
I realize this is it, but I mean, it's not like...
he's lost battalion,
Utterly.
Where does
he doesn't even have his steakhouse anymore.
Yeah, where does the road turn for him, So... And you know he's lost, Battalion, because a win in this instance means absolutely nothing for him.
Well, Costa is an up-and-comer, but yeah, has no name. I mean, this is clearly the old line being fed to the 10-0, 26-year-old serious killer. I mean, you might remember Borrachinha from Clock and Bambosa.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm looking forward to watching Hendricks get trucked.
But I'm picking Borrachinha, so.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
No, I'm picking Borrachinha.
Nah, I picked first. I jumped in there because I let you.
You're supposed to pick the old guys. What about age?
I felt that way against him last time, and then I was like, that was kind of stupid. How about ignoring everything in Fight Finder and well, 10-0. That guy.
Our viewers know that was a race-based pick, Eugene. You were picking the black guy because we've noticed you're black.
Yeah.
So
all my friends, Japanese extraction friends, they go to car dealerships. Can I interest you in a car, sir? Yes, a Japanese one.
See, I did the same thing.
Yeah,
but just because I don't like being stranded on the side of the road.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna get a Jaguar, right?
Yeah. Those never buy an English car. I can tell you that. Yeah. All right. So we're both picking Borrachinha. And how much do we pay for this fight?
$10.
I pay $10. I pay $5.
Okay. That's because you're a fucking sadist. I forget that.
Yes. Well, we can throw these.
I'm tempted to want to make Hendricks feel good, and I mean he has been able to carry a $10 fight before. When you say $5, you mean not even 10. That's what you're saying. So,
now I'm rethinking.
Okay. No, I'm fine with it.
No. I'm rethinking. I'll pay 10. I'll pay 10 because this should be satisfying to see Johnny Hendricks take a beating, and I'll just be thinking about all the people at the steakhouse who got shitty iced tea because I heard even the iced tea was bad.
Yeah,
that's what I heard.
Well, because
it gets cloudy. If you let the iced tea sit out too long.
Is that bad?
Right. Cloudy is bad. It's supposed to be crystal clear and brisk.
Okay.
You see. All right. Welterweight. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus Jorge Gamebred Masvidal. Friend.
Yes, I care, and you want me to take a pick because you know it's going to be the friend of Knuckle Up.
I know it is.
I'll just write it right now. Masvidal on my side.
All right, I got to pick Wonderboy, even though I'm rooting for Masvidal. And Masvidal could beat him.
Yep.
Masvidal has exactly the style to get inside on Wonderboy and light him up with those beautiful, crisp, hard inside punches that he throws. But Masvidal also has some of the worst fight IQ going. If he's ahead, he inevitably coasts and is just made to lose decisions. And Thompson knows exactly how to point fight to please the judges. So that's my pick. And money-wise, I say $15. It's either $15 or $2 because the fight I'm envisioning could be really cool. And the fight that I think is going to actually happen is going to suck.
No, one of the reasons I like Masvidal, I have a personal identification with him. It's much like the movie The Devil's Advocate, where they go, they never see you coming. The guy who is perpetually overlooked, you start to develop a weird chip on your shoulder. Do you know how many women that I used to know in college who dumped me in college ended up coming back around, and they were like, "Oh, you're just so much more attractive now." Really? Why? I wonder. And one woman finally came out and said, "Well, before, you were a fucking depressing guy who lived in his van." I go, you know what? I'm still that depressing guy. I just don't live in a van, Well,
so, that's the difference, though. They don't mind a depressing guy in a nice apartment.
I'm unforgiving on this count. So I think that this guy, he's fought like Nick Diaz used to fight with like he would fight a 3-round fight like he had 5 rounds, and it was always confusing to me. But I think he's been screwed enough where like a Gegard Mousasi in latter day career, guys start to come alive. I don't know whether he has a wife and a kid or whatever. I'm
3
picking.
Fights ago, yeah, you had a case for that, but he's gone back into head up his ass mode. So
all right, well, you got your and I'm paying $10 for it. I'm not going for 15.
All right, you're paying. Well, all right. So now we get to women's strawweight. This is a title fight, so 5 rounds. This could be a long card because we got 3 title fights in a row, which is a mistake Zuffa didn't make, but WME keeps going back to the well on this. So this could be an extremely long card.
Well, they got their hands full with the Harvey thing.
Yeah, I'll say. And so does Harvey. Harvey, man, what a scumbag. Anyway,
can we take a bet on who gets more jail time, he or Toback?
You know, I think it could be a tie. I think they don't either of them. I don't think either of them gets any jail time.
I don't know. I'm going to say that power still talks even in decline, and I think that Toback will get fucking whacked a little worse than Weinstein.
Well, sure, but I mean, Bill Cosby walked, dude. I mean,
not yet.
It's
mistrial.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Meanwhile, Phil Spector sits in jail. Okay,
he deserves to be in jail.
It's true. It's true.
Is he? True. He's not British, right? He's an American.
Phil Spector, he's all American.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, that's right.
He's a New York.
That's right. That's right.
So yeah. So although he did spend some time in Britain, he became an alcoholic in Britain.
Yeah, it was a hair. That's what confused me.
Yeah, it was a hair piece, you know.
Yeah.
A series of them. All right. So women's strawweight, Joanna Jedrzejczyk versus Rose Namajunas.
Yeah, and Jedrzejczyk. Yeah, we care. I care. And
I said it right. And Jedrzejczyk.
My wife would correct you, but
I wouldn't be able to hear it.
Yeah, I know. Me neither. She starts screaming at me. It's like the more you scream, I'm not gonna hear it any better. Jedrzejczyk. Whatever. Potatoes.
Yeah, it's like the time in the dorm we were trying to teach the Arab guy in the dorm the difference between B and P, and it was just
that's good. I like that.
Yeah.
Inevitably, someone will end up pulling out a penis. Look, I'm peeing. You're being angry. You know. So,
yeah. All right. So
we care, and I'm going to pick the home team.
Yeah. Because you're Polish.
I'm the Polish prince.
I see. I got to pick.
That was a claim I laid before I even met my wife, actually.
That you're a Polish prince.
Yeah, I had some of my most ardent listeners were in Poland, and when we finally played Poland, it was like a really crazy homecoming. And my best friend in high school was a Polish guy who played accordion in a polka band, so he taught me a little bit of Polish, and we played there, and I whipped out my fucking Polish. And like the first 4 rows, dudes were like crying. And afterward, they like bought me more. I said, I can't, man. I'm not a strong drink. You must drink with it. So I was coronated.
I see. Well, that's a lovely tale. All right. So, yeah, we're both picking JJ, right?
Yeah. I like Rose, but
I do too. But she's got nothing for the champ here. Yeah. I mean, this is going to be Joe Rogan's going to be saying a lot of heart in this fight.
Yeah, we figured out. When they're describing you along the lines of that guy's got a lot of heart, that means you're getting your ass kicked. Yeah.
Yep. And it's no fun. All right, so now,
well, how much you paying? I put 10 for this for me.
Oh, 10? That's all for a title fight? I got to go with 15 here, man, because this is a title fight, and Rose is a sentimental favorite. You know, and so yeah, and I'm the kind of sicko who
I have to actually say, man, I really dig Rose's trip from top to bottom. I really like it.
I like everything about her, and yet, but don't you feel like kind of conflicted? Like, yeah, I love this kid. I can't wait to see her get her face smashed. Like,
no, I don't. I just like her whole. I like the camera when the roving cam at the fights flashes on her, and she just stared at it. It's like, I won't play your fucking monkey show. I'm not your fucking monkey. Fuck off. Yeah. You know. Yeah. The only thing I don't like about Rose is Pat Barry, and I like Pat Barry. So you know I'm doing some kind of minor league hating. You know.
I see. Somebody's jelly. All right, bantamweight. Title fight, heat, feud, bitterness, Cody Garbrandt versus ex-champ TJ Dillashaw.
Yes, we care. And
yes, big cares.
And I'm going to have to say that I got to pick Garbrandt. I don't want to.
Me too, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Although, I was on the Short Dog Roundtable last night, and I picked Dillashaw.
Dude hasn't been able to show up for his own shows. But you could go on a ride table.
I taped it at midnight last night, okay? I mean, you know.
That's like you. I had to eat. I was eating caviar at midnight last night. I didn't want to. I had to eat the caviar.
It was, you know. Do you know how hard it is to force down the fish egg, the fishy taste?
Yeah, $600 caviar.
You gotta wash it down with the fine bubbly.
Okay, so you were on the round table last night, and what?
And I picked Dillashaw, even though I said Garbrandt wins this fight 7 out of 10 times. But I was picking Dillashaw because there is a chance he gets a knockout. I think he's got the power, and I think Garbrandt sometimes gets a little sloppy on his defense. And I think, and it was also because I knew the other two guys were going to pick Garbrandt, and we were pretty clustered up with the same picks. So and there's a prize. They're giving out $100 for the one who makes the best pick.
Oh crap! What am I doing here? Why am I here? Why'd you tell me that? That's some Kid Nate jiu-jitsu. Now I feel bad.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So but I, you know, on this show where the picks count, I got to go with Garbrandt. I mean, all right. He's going to dismantle him, I think.
I'm paying.
How much do I pay for this?
I would even go 20.
20? I'll go 25 on this one. What am I out right now?
Well, you have a free floating thing because with Wonder Boy you said 2 or 15, so it's like an ace. Is it 1 or is it 11? I don't know. You have to pick.
I see. Well, let's say I pay 2 for Thompson. 2 for Thompson Masvidal.
If you're Thompson Masvidal, then you're at 27.
I see. Okay. Well, then if I went 15, I'd be at 42. So, all right. So Bisping versus GSP middleweight title.
So are you gonna go 15?
Yeah.
All right, 15 for you. All right. I went 20, which puts me
higher
than I thought it would.
I go 20. I go 20.
All right, so it's 20. All right, cool. All right.
So now we're to the headliner, the third title fight in a row. Middleweight, Michael Bisping versus Jorge St-Pierre.
Yes, I care. Yeah, big care.
Big care. Epic cares. Could be the retirement fight for Bisping. Could be the retirement fight for GSP, even though he's been gone for 4 years. Who you picking?
I hate to do it. I really hate to do it. But just everything in my fiber has me picking Bisping here. I mean,
I got to pick Bisping too.
Yeah, GSP could get lucky, but I mean, I think this is they're trying.
If he wins, it won't be luck. It won't be luck if GSP wins. But here's the thing: Bisping's bigger, and he's sharp. He has been on a roll. He's been fighting, and he has. I got to hand it to Bisping. He's one of the few fighters who has continually upped his skill set throughout his career. I honestly feel like Bisping today could beat Bisping of 10 years ago.
Of course. The Bisping of 10 years ago kind of sucked.
He was very limited. He was very limited.
Yeah. So I think that, and also I think that this fight was chosen for a fucking reason. There's a strong likelihood that no matter who GSP fought, it's not a fight that he's going to win. I mean, you saw that with Machida. It's not even ring rust, man. Well, let's call it ring rust because that's the best phrase for it. You got to do this to do this. 4 years out, you're not going to come in. So if he comes in and fights somebody who is, weight consistent with where he's been and loses, who gives a fuck? Now he's written the post narrative by choosing somebody. Bisping was bigger and heavier. Yeah, I was slightly overmatched. Now I'm going to do this thing with weight, and now he's got the renewed focus. In other words, there's no sanction for him to lose, and then if he wins, he's golden. You can't say that if he fought somebody who was weight. If he fought Johnny Hendricks and lost, that's not what you'd be saying.
No, that would be sad. But I'd like his chances against Hendricks at this point. But the thing is, GSP, and people forget this, but the dude ultimately was a karate-based fighter. Sure, he used his wrestling and his boxing, but the timing on his takedowns, that was coming from his karate background. Karate's all about minding your distance, go in for the kill shot. And that's what he was a master of. And timing, that is not a skill you can hold if you don't practice it.
Right, and he's trying to make the claim like it's not like I've not been doing anything. I've been training, whatever, man.
Training is not fighting.
Correct.
Yeah, and also Bisping's wrestling is way better than it was when they trained together.
Yeah. So, how much you paying for this?
$20.
Yeah, course.
This is a pretty good card. I have to say, we care about all 5 fights on the pay-per-view, this is like the first time all year, I think, that we've cared about all 5 fights.
And if you look at that now, that's 20, 40, 50, 60, $70. That's I'm willing to pay $70. We're above water, you know.
Yeah, Dana, check it out. We're saying that you're giving stuff away at a discount, and instead of saying, "Hey, look, these guys, these hardcore critics are saying this pay-per-view is a deal," he's just going to raise the price. That's that's
and you're 67.
Hey, that's $2. That's a $2 savings. That's a $67 value for $65.
Fucking A, man.
So whatever.
That's a good sign. That's a good sign. It's I mean, it's a very good sign. In other words, post fight, if we're unhappy, that means that something terrible has happened. Right?
Well, it could be easily that we have a shit show with Hendricks and Borrachinha. Then we have a snoozer, a 3-round snoozer, and then we have 3 straight 5-round decisions. Even if they're good fights, 3 straight 5-rounders will wear your ass out.
That chills. I can't, sometimes you're sitting in front of those fights and you're like, I feel my soul leaving my body.
Yeah. And it's got nothing to do with being stoned and drunk and exhausted either. It's just
that freaking lightning stuff I had now. That is no joke. Odorless, tasteless.
I don't even know what this.
100% proof. It's called frickin' lightning. I put it on my
frickin' lightning.
Frickin' with no G. And somebody said it's amazing that they resisted the temptation to make it freaking lightning with in other words, freaking with no G, so and apostrophe, but lightning with a G.
Huh.
So there had to be heavy corporate meetings say, why don't we do freaking apostrophe no G, lightning apostrophe no G.
Is it freaking or frickin'?
Freaking.
Freakin'.
FREAKIN apostrophe. Lightning.
They really should have dropped both G's.
You know what kind of corporate machinations that went into saying no. 1 G, no G. That's the way the genius. And we're talking about it. So it was.
Yeah. There you go. Are you getting sponsored? All right. Well, that's our show. We'll be back tonight with If I Did It at 9:20 Eastern.
If I did it, and if the shoes fit, right after.
And if the shoes fit, immediately after. So subscribe to If the Shoes Fit on YouTube, and be sure to catch that show. So, Eugene, follow us on Twitter at KidNate, at Eugene S. Robinson. Eugene's trying to give us the thumbs up.
These
are thumbs, Eugene. These are the thumbs.
I was getting index finger, but I always get confused. So.
Yeah. This is what. Yeah. This is what we have in common with the apes. Thumbs.
Yeah. Okay.
So, give us a thumbs up right below. Read me at bloodyelbow.com. Read Eugene at Aussie.com.
Read my Johnny Boney Joni piece.
Yeah, read the Johnny Boney Joni, in which you compare him to King Lear.
I did that in the comments.
Yeah, but I mean, so does that make you? What's the good daughter, Cordelia?
Ophelia.
Ophelia.
I'm the suicide.
That's a different play.
Good for you. It's Hamlet.
Yeah, that's Hamlet. Good daughter, Cordelia. I nailed it. Cordelia. See, State College for the win, Mr. Stanford. So I think the King Lear thing is a tad overblown, but we'll see. And subscribe on iTunes, MMA Nation on iTunes to get the audio without the ugly. And adios, MMA aficionados. Thanks, Eugene.
All right, man. See you tonight.